like me and these channel entities, we got along very well. They treated me almost as like this like adorable earth thing. They're like, oh, like whenever I wanted food, like food would show up. Whenever I wanted people would show up. I was great for a while. After a while, then they like started to try to like test me and like kind of make me jump through hoops. They're like, they would tell me to like run, and then if I didn't run, like I would feel my adrenaline glands going, and I would start shaking. Then they'd tell me to do like other ridiculous things, like hey, like take all your clothes off at a festival, and I did it, and fucking I ended up in Kankakee County Jail over like some shit, and it was all over the radio. And then they would like they would basically like nudge at me to like get me to do like ridiculous things.
Okay, but hold on. Were you on any substances at the time?
At the time, to be honest, like I was like really drunk, and I drank like a half biology.
Well, wait, you have to understand that when they call alcohol spirits for a reason, and whenever you take spirits, you can sometimes channel very crazy out there spirits, and they're not always out for your best interest. And I don't believe that it's necessary. I mean, you can continue on with. I'm just saying.
There actually is an old tradition of taking intoxicants like alcohol in many cultures all around the world. Yeah.
I mean, from what I heard of
because what you have to realize is alcohol is a poison, so you're basically channeling the spirits of poison.
I know, that's why I kind of want to stop drinking as much, and like I think Xanax actually make it better.
Yeah, I don't. I've stopped drinking for a reason.
No, actually, I don't know. Believe it or not, scientifically, GHB is probably a better alternative than alcohol because it turns into CO2 in water, and it's like people used to use it for bodybuilding at the time.
Better than alcohol. My friend
You can definitely die off GHB.
At 22, so no.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
How old are you guys?
Don't drink and drive.
26.
23, actually.
Yeah, I had a friend who died from drunk driving.
I'm 25.
But yes, you have to remember. If you are on any sort of thing other than sobriety, you're basically taking in whatever.
So I can't get high, like.
Well, you can, but you have to remember, with that, if you're on a low vibration, it can lift you up. If you're already on a high vibration, it can bring you down.
Yeah, when you're on a lower level vibration, those lower level entities cling on to you, and they tell you to do crazy, outrageous shit. I've done some fun crazy shit because I listen to those voices in my head on a low level.
I don't know. I try not to like listen to the voices, but like they're really like inconsistent. Like pretty much, honestly, at this point, the voices like tell me two things: sex and death. Like. They told me to like run people down outside courthouses, and I fight them. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, what the fuck?
See, and those you have to remember too are the most base levels of survival and reproduction. So if you're thinking there's an issue, you need to raise what level you're thinking on, because you're thinking with just the lowest parts of people.
Yeah, pretty much, like, nowadays, I don't know, I try my best to stay happy, like, I'm kind of, like, content, but, you know, I mean, most of my days, I mean, I don't think about extra crazy shit, like, I mostly think about, like, you know, like, making money, like, having a great time, like, going to parties, and, like, like, other stuff, I don't know, like, I just like argue with voices a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, like I don't know.
I can tell you from my personal experience, there's multiple ways to deal with it. One is you can meditate, which is the most common answer. But two, there's a really great so-called chaos magician banishing that just consists of fuck off, and it works really well.
Oh yeah, no, I've streamed fuck off like repeatedly, like then like they just come right back. So far I do have.
To be fair, swear words are curse words for a reason. They used to be used for curses, so.
I have a few ways of like kind of fighting them off. One is it's hard to explain. I'm able to like put like a sound through their voices and kind of like interrupt or like put static in their voices. Then they get really pissed off, and then they also get hurt from like when I put static in their voices.
It's called white noise.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, darkness doesn't really mess with the light, does it?
The other thing is I got surplus like shielding from nuclear reactors. Basically, when technicians work like near radioactive material, they have like these big
the big
smocks.
Yeah.
And so I pretty much put one of those over me, and then like the voices stop. The other things I've tried, I have a car battery next to my bed, and like I'll put like a metal hat on, and then attach a negative terminal to like a car battery.
Have you tried a Faraday cage?
A Faraday cage.
You know what a Faraday cage is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I've read a lot of Nikolai Tesla's stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it at least interrupts the electromagnetic signals.
I'm pretty sure it's like based off that. Because like when I put a lead thing on, like then like it really dies down.
I think too. You have to remember, if we're dealing in matters of the mind, the placebo effect works wonders. So if you believe that it works for you, then it works for you. If we're talking about any sort of magical deal, it's all belief.
Well, I've tried to make magical deals, but like they neg on the magical.
Oh no, I'm not talking about like actually dealing with them. Don't make deals with them. Don't just don't. You have to remember with how deals work. It's basic business. Everything comes with a price. There's no such thing as a free lunch. So if you're trying to deal with negative spirits, you're gonna get a bad deal. Yeah, it's like a payday loan. That's exactly right. You're gonna have to pay up your ass one day. And they will take your ass, especially if they're trying to drag you down the sex route. Literally, they will take your ass. Especially if you're on intoxicants.
Yeah, because like I said, everything's like sexy. Like pretty much all the entities.
Yeah. Well, procreation. That's what does every biological entity do? It reproduces itself. So.